Properties for sale under. Hello, my friends, and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel, the channel where I like to talk about the good, the bad, all we have to know, but in particular about the properties for sale in the Italian market. So, here I am today in this format called Properties for Sale under a Selected Town. And so today, my friends, I bring you to discover the properties for sale in this town in Molise Region, Campobasso Province, this town called Petacciato. So, Petacciato, we are in Campobasso Province, Molise. And today we are going to investigate the house market, the properties, the prices of the properties for sale in this town. Now, before I go back to Google Maps, I want to show you here on Google Petacciato. So, Petacciato è un comune italiano di 3.513 abitanti, so it's a council of 3,513 inhabitants in Molise region. Okay, so it's under 20,000 inhabitants, it goes under the 7% taxation. Now, here we are back on Google Maps, and so here it is where we see the red dot. So that's where Petacciato is. Let's zoom in to investigate a bit better the location. Okay, so we are not far from Pescara. We are around 50 kilometers southern direction from Pescara. Then we have Bari, Naples, and Rome. So in around 2 hours distance. Okay, let's zoom in more. Let's say the nearest airport is Pescara Airport. Then we are exactly in between Vasto and Termoli. So Termoli is a town in Molise region, while Vasto is in Abruzzo region, but Molise is a small region. There is a high trend from expats all over the world looking for properties in this region, Molise and also Abruzzo. Okay, so now we are getting closer, we are zooming in. So here is Petacciato, okay, and here is Petacciato Marina. So Petacciato is also on the coast, and then we have nearest town like Montenero di Bisaccia, as I said, Termoli, Guglionesi, Palata, Montecilfone, and so on. Many beautiful small towns around. Now, what can I say about Petacciato, my friends? About Petacciato, I can say that we are only around 3 kilometers from the sea. So we are talking about a town that, if you like the sea, if you like to live close to the sea, so is a town very, very convenient to get a property in this area if you like to live close to the sea. All right, let me zoom in a bit more. So here we are, is a small town. Let's zoom out again. Okay, so we are very close to Termoli. Termoli is a quite big town, also Vasto, and then we are not far from Pescara. Okay, so now let's move to my Facebook group called Italy, a place to love. I generally share the videos and the news that I find, the most interesting posts that I found on Facebook. I like to share everything related about everything about Italy. I like to share on my group so you can keep updated, and then you can put like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then next, I want to show you here a video that I will share on my Facebook group as well. It's an interesting video about Petacciato. So if you want to investigate a bit more, you can have a look to this video and so on. I will share the link into the description area. Okay, so it's a small town, beautiful small town with sea view, very, very close to the sea. Okay, and now finally we go on Idealista to see what's for sale. Petacciato. Now, Petacciato, Campobasso. Campobasso is the province. Okay, properties for sale in Petacciato, Campobasso, Italy. We have 84 houses and flats for sale. Obviously, not so many because the town is quite small. To be a small town, I'd say 84 properties for sale is already a kind of good number. But let's do our usual selection. So we don't select a minimum price, we go for a minimum size, which is 100 square meters. Okay. Then we select only houses, no flats or apartments. Then we avoid auction properties, exclude auction properties. Then no bare ownership, no rented with tenants, available without any of these two restrictions. Then we select a minimum of a 3-bedroom house and minimum of 2 bathrooms. Okay, for today, I think I'm not gonna put any more filters like good condition or I won't put any more filters. I don't need to reduce my selection more than this. Property in Petacciato, Campobasso, now we drop to 32 houses for sale. Then obviously we see a good one, a good expensive one, 355,000, but in this format, I generally start always from the lowest price. And so let's dive in, sit back and relax, make yourself comfortable on the couch, put my video on a big screen, and let's see what's on the market for sale. Let's start with this property here. Detached house, Petacciato, 50,000 euro, 3 rooms, 100 square meters. Now we have only 6 pictures, so there are not many pictures. Just 3 kilometers from the beaches and a short distance from Termoli and Vasto, we offer you an independent house completely to be renovated, I guess. Okay, now let's have a quick look at the pictures here. Okay, I will enter just 1 second into the property here. I go full screen. Simply, okay, now this is a nice, quite big house, all right. It's a kind of old style townhouse here in these small villages in the south of Italy. It has its charm, okay, its charm. I don't dislike this property, but anyway, in need of full renovation. I see that there's not even the balcony here. Anyway, it needs a good amount of money to be renovated, this house. Then we have a storage unit here, deposit. Okay, so this is the house probably from the rear side. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to have a quick idea about this property for sale. Again, it could be an interesting property. Obviously, it has to be completely renovated, but it has its charm. All right. Then let's see the following one. Detached house in Via Vittoria, Petacciato, 70,000 euro, 5 rooms, 170 square meters. Petacciato in the town center, detached house of approximately 100 square meters on 3 levels to be renovated. Okay, also here we have a house that has to be completely renovated. Let's enter quickly just to see the property. Let's go on full screen. So again, we have this townhouse with a garage beside. Okay, the house looks a bit narrow. It is in need of renovation. Anyway, we have a garage, which is always nice to have, in particular in the old towns. We can see here an old Fiat 127, very popular in the 70s. Still possible to find many old vintage cars in the south of Italy. Okay, so here we have the house from the other side. The house is quite spacious, looks big enough. Okay, but anyway, they're not showing pictures from inside. So we go back to our search. Okay, so the first one 50,000, the second 70, and now we go for the third property for sale for 75,000 euro. Now, I was expecting to find more properties. To be honest, I was expecting to find more properties under this amount of money. Maybe I should have selected for a smaller size, maybe over 100,000, over 100 square meters. Obviously, the prices are going a bit higher, but let's see this property here. Now, detached house in Via Novara, 75,000 euro, garage included, 4 rooms, 110 square meters. Townhouse in the heart of the village, a cozy retreat 3 kilometers from the sea. Townhouse located in the center of the village. Okay, let's enter and let's see. I like the style of the townhouse. So it's not really a modern new building. And so let's see the basic features. So detached house, 2 floors, 100 square meters built and 100 square meters the floor area. 4 rooms, 2 bathrooms, balcony, garage included in the price, good condition, natural gas, individual heating. Okay, let's enter and let's see at the picture. Let's have a look at the pictures. Let's go full screen. Okay, I like the house from outside, and I have to say that I can already see that the house is in a good condition, because if I have a look to the neighboring house, we see that the facade, anyway, here is much better is in a much better condition. Okay, so here we have a garage, which is always good to have. I will never stop repeating. Okay, so here we are into the house. Overall, here I see everything in order. The floor looks like it was renovated at one stage. This house, I'd say late 90s, early 2000, generally by the tiles for the floor. I understand the time, the period that the house was renovated. Also by the door, by not by the furniture, for example. Where you can understand the renovation times is from the frames of the windows, from the doors, but mainly from the tiles. Because every decade in Italy, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, had different style. And this is also in by the bathrooms. Anyway, going back here, I see a property that is everything in order. Maybe not according to our tastes, but overall, the house is in a good condition. Okay, here we are in the kitchen. I can already tell you again that here we are in the late 90s, early 2000. For example, they kept the old radiators, which was a smart decision for me. Overall, the condition is not bad. There is this particular vaulted ceiling, which makes narrow vaults. typical of this type of southern Italian homes. Okay, now it's not really spacious. Let's say to be just one room, we have kitchen, dining area, and living area. Could be maybe better. Maybe they have another room used as a living room. Overall, I see the house is in a good condition. We see the stairs in a good order. Okay, here we have the master bed, one bedroom, maybe the master bedroom. I like to see this type of mezzanine because the ceilings are very high. So they use this space. This mezzanine can be used, for example, as a studio. It's quite big, the room. I see there is also a little couch, little sofa. The house is in a good condition overall, so it's not in need of a massive renovation. Then here we have a single bedroom, not very, very small. Then I guess the main entrance is not this door. They probably put this chest of drawer in front of the door. I'm wondering if this door is connecting to another bedroom, maybe, and just to close the passage, the access. I guess so. Where we see this little seat here, this probably here there is the entrance for the room. Okay, then here we are in the bathroom. Bathroom overall looks fine. Again, we go back to late 90s, early 2000. I don't know if the tiles here on the floor are a bit damaged on the bottom, at the bottom of the picture. Okay, so that's all. Now they show two bedrooms, they show one bathroom, they show the kitchen living area, but they say there are four rooms, two bathrooms, so they didn't show all the house. Overall, anyway, there is the garage. I'd say the price to be on the sea, let's say, this could be a nice property to buy, to invest, because again, we are Petacciato has the advantage to be just on the sea, only 3 kilometers, so you can do by bike, for example, to the lovely beaches. Okay, let's move on and let's see the following property. Now, terraced house in Via Fortore, number 5, 90,000 euro, 4 rooms, 162 square meters. So here we are talking about a quite big property, 162 square meters, 90,000, so we are a tiny bit above 500 euro per square meters. I say 600, 650 euro per square meter, which is very low to be on the sea, close to the sea. Anyway, 3 kilometers we can say on the sea. And it also says that there is a sea view. Now, is pleased to offer you the sale of a large single family house in the heart of the town with a breathtaking sea view. Wow. Okay, let's have a look. Let's just read quickly the basic features. Now, terraced house, 3 floors, 162 square meters built, 4 rooms, 2 bathrooms, terrace, second hand, good condition. So they are selling this house for good condition, 2 bathrooms and 4 rooms on a 3 floors for 90,000 euro. Okay, let's go full screen. Okay, so I guess anyway, this is the main entrance door. Overall, the house, the exterior part of the house is in a good condition, all stylish balcony. So we are talking about an old townhouse that has been remodernized probably recently. Recently could be 20, 30, even up to 40 years. I still consider recently. Okay, so here we have another picture from outside. This is the red line, shows the property limits. Okay, okay. Anyway, it's a nice property. I like this type of townhouse. Okay. Okay, so now here we are on the rear side of the house. This probably is not a private garden, but is part of a shared area with other properties. But still, you can keep some of your things outside of your house. Okay, now here we are. This is the first picture into the house. So we see the main entrance door. Then we see this typical vaulted ceiling, which is not a vaulted barrel, it's not star vaulted. This is another type. If you know the name in English of this type of vaulted ceiling, let me know. Then we see the old rings hanging from the ceiling. They were used to hang, cheeses, salami to put to dry, the old times. Now, let's say that obviously is not very new, the property. I'd say recently they put, for example, not recently, maybe even up to 15, 20 years ago, this gas boiler. The tiles, we are talking about 80s. I see that the kitchen, anyway, it's a lovely open space. Okay, then here we have a bathroom that was at one stage, this bathroom was renovated, I might say in the 90s, early 90s. The tiles are not older than that. Anyway, can be upgraded. Bathrooms generally are the things that I would renovate first if they're not in a very good condition. Then we see half vaulted ceiling, half barrel vaulted ceiling. Okay, so then I guess from the entrance, living room, from the entrance and kitchen, here we have these few steps leading to the living room, dining room. I would use just as a living room with a beautiful floor. Now, this floor is about the 60s, for example. It was good to keep this floor, this old floor, while, for example, if I go back here, so the houses had been renovated by in different times. Here they changed the floor. I said before, late 80s, the tiles, the bathroom, late 90s. Here we are in the 60s. I would always keep the old one. Also here we are in the 60s. Obviously, for example, you notice that these type of tiles were more expensive. Back in the days, these in the 60s were the most expensive tiles you could have put in a bed in a room. And generally they were not put in the most expensive, they were generally put in the bedroom or in the living room. For example, here in this bedroom, again, this is the 60s. We're talking about 60s styles, maybe 50s, even older. But I like the chess scheme here. Also the color, white, black, and granite. I like. Overall, the house is in a good condition, and here mainly we can already see the sea view, which is amazing with this terrace. Lovely to have a bedroom that give you the access straight away to the terrace with the sea view, the breathtaking sea view, beautiful. So you can see it's very close. You have the feeling that you can even go by walk. Okay, here I see a bathroom, but It looks like it is in need of renovation now. I don't understand the tiles on the floor. They don't look in a very good condition. Okay. Anyway, I would go for a new bathroom, obviously. Then here we have another bedroom, but overall I like the floor, the tiles. Again, these were expensive tiles back in the days, and if you find in a property nowadays, keep them. Don't put new tiles. Here, for example, now we have a bedroom that was renovated more recently. Again, by the tiles, I might say late 90s, early 2000. The doors are nothing special, typical doors of the 80s. So in this house, let's say year by year, they've renovated something, so that's why you have different styles. Now, this house is amazing for me once, first because you have the sea view, and second you have the view from from the front side of the house. You have the view of the main square. From the rear side, you have the view, the breathtaking view of the seaside, which is amazing. So I'd say I would give a thumbs up to this property. Okay, 90,000 euro. Now they're not really showing all the rooms. Anyway, four rooms, two bathrooms. They show the two bathrooms. They show the rooms. No, anyway, it's a lovely townhouse. Maybe I would offer 80,000 euro, but again, don't forget that we are on the sea, and obviously, um, so basically, again, I was expecting to see a few more properties lower than these prices, but again, we are on the sea, so we have to consider that obviously the prices are a tiny bit higher. Okay, now we have another property, so we are up to 100,000 euro, detached house in Via Traversa. For sale, detached house of approximately 150 square meters on three levels, well finished and ready to be inaugurated, consisting of kitchen. Let's see. Let me see the basic features. Now, detached house, three floors, more than 150 square meters, four rooms, three bathrooms, terrace. Second hand, good condition, individual heating. Okay, let's have a look at the picture here. Now here I see is already is a modern townhouse, let's say modern comparing to the previous one. We are talking about maybe this house was built in the 70s or early 80s. Let's go full screen. Now it's a quite big property divided on four levels. So we have a ground floor, first floor, second floor and attic on the third floor, quite spacious, many windows, so I'd say also bright, with kind of garage here. I don't know if they're using as a garage. By the gate, I'd say they never used as a garage. Then here, the very last windows are the windows where there are the stairs. So entrance door. Okay, so now here we have one space of kitchen, dining area, and living area. I see the radiators. The floor is not the most expensive floor. Okay, I see old furniture. Anyway, the house, as I say, is more modern than the previous one. The frames are, I'd say, these are typical frames of the middle of the 80s. Anyway, it's a marble style, the floor. Gives the reflection of the marble. Maybe it is marble. Maybe they were used marble tiles. Not very big, but nice and cozy. again with double exposure to the light, to the sun. I like these corners. Okay, so from here on the right we have the main entrance door. Okay, one space, kitchen. Probably the kitchen has a window here on the right hand side. Anyway, it's a kitchenette, but everything looks in order. Okay, then here we have a hall with a bathroom. I'm wondering if we are still on the first floor where the living room and kitchen area is. Let's see. Okay, we have a bathroom in a good condition. We are talking about 90s, renovated in the 90s. Then here we have a bedroom, interesting bedroom. Okay, double exposure to the light, two radiators. So it's a quite good size, the bedroom, in a good condition. Tiles are looking good. Okay, here we have the staircase leading to the upper floors. Here we have another bedroom, same size of the previous one, so another double bedroom, kind of double master double bedroom. Here we have a single bedroom. Yeah, not very big, but anyway, enough. Maybe you can be used as a studio. All right, here we have a beautiful terrace. Lovely terrace. Overall is fine. I also see that the roof is in a good condition. Anyway, lovely space. This terrace is a lovely space, quite big as a terrace. Okay, here we have another bedroom. Probably this bedroom has the access to the terrace because I see the roof is kind of the attic. So we are on the last floor, on the top floor here. Also, this bathroom is on the top floor. Okay, so here we are on the ground area. On the ground area, we have a big kitchen. Okay, so basically, it's interesting. I would use the kitchen on the upper floor, or now two options in this type of house. Okay, wow, it's also connected by internal staircase to the first floor. Okay, we have a big, good open space. Okay, I see a bit of mold here. Should be understood if there is a leakage here or is just the humidity and the mold because the place wasn't heated. This could be one of the reasons why we see this mold, because generally we have this type of mold where there is the exposure to the external walls. We don't see on this side, neighboring to another house. I don't think it's a leakage. Here could be simply humidity. Now, this house, as I see, this is the ground floor, the ground entrance, has the chance or to make the kitchen area here and on the first floor just making a big living room. So this kitchen dining area and on the upper floor just living room, or to make another small apartment here simply to rent it, for example, to generate an extra income to rent during the summery months this area as an independent space, obviously after a bit of renovation. Important anyway to fix this problem here, but I don't think it's a major problem here, to be honest. Anyway, quite big. So it's a second kitchen, this one. Maybe used as a laboratory. Okay, then here we have one bathroom. Overall, not the newest, but in a good condition. Let me go back to understand if this is the same bathroom. Looks like yes, it's the same bathroom. Yeah, here we have the shower. Okay, also this bathroom might be in need of renovation. Bathrooms, anyway, are always the first thing to kind of sort and fix, simply to have no leakages. So if you have to invest some money, the first I will always put in the bathroom, electrical implant. Here again, we are talking about mid 80s. This bathroom was built. And here we are just on the ground floor, the entrance. This space was used as a garage. Technically, I would use it as a garage, but here was more used as a laboratory, storage room. Anyway, quite spacious, big house, I say, with a lovely terrace. If you like, anyway, 100,000 euro is not a really big amount of money. We are talking about 750 euro per square meter, which is kind of good and interesting. Okay, let's see the following one. What's on the market for sale? Okay, detached house, 105,000, 4 rooms, 171 square meters. For sale, detached house on 2 levels with top floor attic, large terrace and garage, ground floor with kitchen. So we are talking about anyway 171 square meters, quite big property. Let's see the basic features. Detached house, 2 floors, 4 rooms, 2 bathrooms, terrace, second hand good condition, individual heating. All right. Let's see. Let's go full screen. Okay, we have overall a good kitchen, good size kitchen. Now it says has individual heating here. Anyway, the floor is good for sure. There has to be a radiator that I don't see. Generally, the radiators are under the window. Anyway, we have kind of already modern kitchen, modern tiles, late 90s, early 2000. Okay, then here we have a living room, quite spacious living room. I see a gas stove or pellet or wooden stove. I don't know. I cannot really. I see the chimney here, but I might say it could be a gas stove or a pellet one. So I don't see radiators for now. So here we have the entrance door on the right, then straight in front of us there is the kitchen, and on this side there is the living room. Okay, again, I don't see radiators, but here I see a master bedroom. I see the AC, the air conditioning, the window frame, the balcony frames are not the newest. Floor is okay. I would keep this type of floor unless you wanna make. If there, for example, in this type of house, if there's no heating system and I want to go for a new heating system, I would go for the floor heating system. So just make new floors in all the house. Obviously, it might increase the cost of the renovation, but for this is an option. Again, I don't see heating system. I don't see radiators. Should be previous inspection. But anyway, the size of the house is good. I like it. Pity that I don't see the radiators. Then to heat such a big house, AC is not enough. Okay, here we have another bedroom, single beds, but anyway, quite spacious. Also, this bedroom. The bathroom is a bit old. We are talking about early 80s. renovation in the early 80s. It's not falling apart, it's not in a very bad condition, but okay, big hall, spacious. Okay, then here we are in the attic area with two more rooms, let's say. From the here, the hall, we probably are leading the stairs, and then we have one room on this side, another room on the other side, used as a extra room, let's say, where people can spend time anyway. And then here we have a quite spacious terrace. Roof looks good. Then we have the chimney here. So I don't see a heating system. Anyway, quite spacious terrace with tiles, kind of veranda. I'm not really a fan of this type of, let's say, shelter covered terraces, but anyway, they have done it. Was an alternative with the view, nice view on the hills. Maybe it's also possible to have a bit of view on the sea. Okay, this is the house from outside, spacious. So here we have the main entrance door, kitchen, living room on the left, and then we have the bedrooms on the first floor, and then we have the upper floor, the attic. So on 3 floors. Then we also have a garage, but used more as a laboratory. Again, not used as a garage. They tiled the garage. I see an oven. Maybe there is a fireplace. So, okay. This is the floor map. We have on the ground floor the entrance, kitchen, living room, bathroom, and garage connected to the house anyway. On the first floor, we have one master bedroom, another bedroom, 3 bedrooms on the first floor, plus a bathroom. And then we have the attic area, second floor, with 2 rooms and the terrace. Nice. Anyway, I like the space. It's quite big. It is in need of a bit of renovation. Not everything, but should be understood properly the heating system. Maybe to put solar panel to make, um, I don't know, heat pump, something like that with solar connected with solar panels. Maybe I would go electric instead of gas for heating the house. Okay, let's see. Anyway, it's an interesting property. For the square meters, 171 square meters, 105,000 euro. We are talking about, I'd say, we are around 650 euro per square meter. Again, we are on the sea, but also sort of renovation. Okay, let's see the following one. Detached house in Via Napoli, 110,000 euro, garage included, 4 rooms, 224 square meters. So here we are even under 500 euro per square meter. We are around 480, 470, 480 euro. So such a big house, 224 square meters, 110. The price is very, very low. I'd say, okay, we might think 110 is a lot, but for a house in a town that is only a few kilometers from the sea, so spacious, so big, with garage, I'd say 110. We need to see the condition inside. Is pleased to offer for sale an independent house in the heart of the small town equipped with everything. And let's see. Okay, they have 49 p. Okay, let's read the basic features first. 224 square meters built, 205 the floor area, 4 rooms, 3 bathrooms, terrace and balcony, single garage included in the price. second-hand good condition, storage room, built in 1980, 80s, individual heating, natural gas, air conditioning. Okay, let's enter. Let's have a look at the pictures. Let's go full screen. Okay, main road. I see parking in the area, but we have the garage. I see air conditioner. I see the facade. The exterior part is in a good condition. I see a big terrace. So the house is on ground floor, first floor, second floor, and attic. So quite big. So from this side, we have the main entrance door. As we see, the windows are not all on the same level. So, okay, these are the windows for the staircase. And then here we have the windows of the rooms. Okay, garage, nice. I like. They put the tiles into the garage, and we have stairs leading to the upper floor. Plus, we have sosta vietata, so it's forbidden to park in front of this gate. They might get fines. Then here we have the main entrance door, and probably these are the stairs leading to the garage. Yep, as we see here, quite spacious garage. Here is used more, no, it's also used as a garage. Okay, so here we have one room. Okay, we have the gas boiler here and radiator. Maybe, I don't know what type of room is this. Let's say it's a living area. Okay. Tiles are not the best, but they are in a good condition. I don't see, I see everything. I don't see humidity. I don't see mold. Okay, here we have another. Is this the same room? Let's see. I see different paintings on the wall from here and that room. So it looks like this is another room. As I said, we are on different levels. There are many steps, obviously, but the house is quite big. So from the garage here, okay, then we have an extra storage space. This looks above the garage. Or, oh, sorry, this is the basement. So the house has also a basement. Interesting. A cellar, let's say. Okay. All right. Anyway, there are plenty of pictures, obviously, of this house. Then, overall, in about this house, I see everything in order, and it's very spacious. Okay, here we have a bedroom. I don't see the ceiling very high unless it's the perspective of the picture. Anyway, we have a master bedroom, particular window, a bit old. This one. It will be interesting to understand from outside. Okay, and then we have AC, we have air conditioning, we have radiators. Anyway, it's a kind of big window. Looks like it's also ensuite, this this bedroom, because I see this radiator here and it looks like this is a bathroom. Okay, we have a bathroom. Let me go back. So this is one bathroom, probably the ensuite. Here we have another bathroom with two sinks. Generally, couples like to have two separate sinks. Then, okay, here I see Again, this is the hall, but overall is everything in a good condition. Then here we have dining area with living room, let's say. Okay, here we have dining area and kitchen, spacious, and living room with balcony. Looks good. Looks good. The blinds, for example, are newer. These blinds are newer, but the frames of the balcony door are much older. I would have, for example, renewed both of them. That would have saved you a lot of heating during the wintry months. A good insulation is always a must in a house nowadays. Then we have light on the balcony. I'd say anyway, this house technically keys in hand is ready to live. Then obviously the kitchen is old, furniture might be old, some doors are not looking the newest or the best one, but overall, another bedroom. Is this the same one? Yes. So we have a bedroom, AC, plenty of rooms anyway, radiators in all the room. Here we are on the second floor with another lovely balcony. Again, new blinds, but old frames. Okay, so here we have another bedroom. Here, that's another bedroom. Interesting house, anyway. It's interesting because it's quite big. Bathroom, hall. Okay, this is another bedroom. Also, this bedroom with AC. Nearly all the bedrooms have air conditioning and radiators and windows. Small service bathroom. No, this is part of the second bathroom, sorry. And then now I think we are leading to the terrace area. Okay, so let's understand. It looks like from the stairs leading to the terrace, there is just the exit for the terrace, and then it looks like from the terrace there is another room here on the attic, independent, let's say. But we have a sink, spacious terrace, beautiful spacious terrace. I'd say I would go for this house. I would. Personally, now I start liking this town, Petacciato. It's interesting for this amount of money, such a big house. You have everything. Interesting. Obviously, I should understand how to reduce it. Anyway, costs because in such a big house, in particular, bills could be high. In particular, heating during the wintry months. Okay, now let's go back. Interesting. I like this property. Okay, so we are up to 110. There is another for 110, and then we go up to 125. Let's do just one more for 110. So, like this, for today, I say properties for sale under 110,000. Okay, let's have a look at this house. Country house for sale in Strada Provinciale 96. Petacciato, 110,000 euro, 260 square meters, 6 rooms. So we are under 500 euro per square meter. Let's say to be 500 euro per square meter, the price of the house should be 130,000, half of the square meters. Because we are even less than half, I'd say that the price here is around 400 euro per square meter, maybe 420, 430, but very spacious, very big. Petacciato, let me read here. Now, Petacciato country house, okay, with approximately 900 square meters of land. That's interesting. Now, 900 square meters, 1 hectare. 1 hectare is 10,000 square meters, so it's 1/10 of an hectare. But so 900 square meters is already a good decent size. 1 kilometer from Petacciato, so we are very close to Petacciato, and approximately 1.2 kilometers from the sea, with panoramic views. Wow, interesting. The land is composed of a portion with olive grove, a portion with vineyards, and a small portion with woodland. So this would be the perfect house for everyone who would like to live in the countryside, close to the town and close to the sea, with your own fields, with your own garden, with your own vineyard and olive trees. Then the farmhouse is on 2 levels, plus the accessible attic with a portion of terrace of 25 square meters. In addition, there are 3 rooms detached from the building, 1 garage, 1 warehouse, and 2 chicken coops. Also, so you can have your own chicken here. I'd say this could be the perfect countryside house. I also like this one, 110. I would go for this. Now, countryside, 2 floors, 6 rooms, 2 bathrooms, terrace, individual heating, private or communal garden. Okay, let's have a look at the pictures. Let's go full screen. Okay, now let's see which one. Okay, this is the house. Then I go back. Probably this where we see the gate. This is not the house. This doesn't belong. So this is the house. Very quite, I mean, quite spacious, big with a terrace, with a covered terrace. Roof I already see is in a good condition. Okay, maybe the house is a bit in need of some renovation works, but the price is quite good. I'd say this is the property, if I'm not wrong. Okay, possibility to put solar panels and so on. Here I see vende, so it's on sale. So this is the path leading to the house, probably the chance to put a gate as well to close. Spacious courtyard. There is plenty of fruit trees. I see already fruit trees. The garage, the tractor. I love the tractor. I wish I have a head. I wish I have one myself. Then the chicken coops. Okay, also possible to have your little with a few animals. Okay, tools. This is the olive grove. Probably the 900 square meters. Interesting. Okay, I don't see pictures from inside of the house. No pictures from inside. I go back again. Let's see. Pity that they're not showing. Okay, let's see just the floor map. Here, ground floor, I cannot understand much. First floor, we have the entrance, corridor, kitchen. Okay, rooms, bathrooms, 1, 2, 3 rooms, kitchen and terrace. Ground floor, okay, from the floor map we cannot really understand much. Okay, there are 2 separate, I'd say, so here we have the entrance. This is the ground floor and we already have kitchen, living room and bedroom, which could be used as 2 separate units. Ground floor, first floor, this we saw before. So 3 rooms and living room. plus bathroom, spacious. And then here we have the top floor with two rooms, two big rooms, and the terrace. Interesting. This is an interesting, plus the garage. It's an interesting house. Maybe the garage was built illegally. We don't know anyway. Okay, my friends, so listen, I'm at the end of the video for today. So these are the properties for sale under 110,000 euros that we can find in Petacciato, Campobasso Province, Abruzzo region. So, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video. And so let me know under the comment section if you watched up to now. Let me know what do you think about this town, if you have enjoyed the video, if I should keep making videos of the properties for sale like this. Maybe in the future, if you are interested in one property, I may even contact for you the sellers and maybe asking for more details. This is a type of service that I can provide for. Let's see in the future. Let's see. Let's see what the future will bring to us. Okay, my friends, so for today, I wish a lovely day and I'll see you here on Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel to my following video. Bye.